guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be telling you guys the story of how me and my husband met/got together. I think it's kind of an interesting story. It's definitely not like the typical we met, fell in love right away type thing. So if you would like to hear how we met, or our story, if you'd like to hear our story, then just keep watching. So we met in high school. We actually went to the same high school, I guess, for all 4 years. I never noticed him. I don't think he ever noticed me. The first time I ever really knew of him was one of my friends dated him. Don't worry, we weren't like super close friends, so it's not girl code or anything. But, so that's when I knew of him, but I still never talked to him or anything. Then senior year, we had English together. We had English together, and we still didn't really talk. So he sat on one side of the room, and I sat on the other, and I had no intentions of talking to him. And then one of the girls I played softball with actually texted me during one of the school days and was like, "Hey, Angelo," which is my husband's name, "wants you to text him." And I'm like, for what? And she was like, I think she said something about he thinks you're cute or something. And I'm like, ooh, that was like a big thing. But then, so I texted him in the middle of a school day, and we just started like talking, and it was nothing like serious, and it wasn't like major flirting at first. The first time I think we ever hung out was we went to a school basketball game. I think that's the first time we hung out. And then I think that was actually the first time we kissed too. I don't remember. We did not stop talking from the day I first texted him until later on, senior year. I'll get to that in a second. We were like so close, and everybody noticed that we got so close so fast, because I would consider him more of the, I don't want to say the bad boy type, because he wasn't bad, but he just wasn't for me. I don't know. He wasn't the type for me, I guess, is what most people would say. I instantly, like, fell in love with him. There was one night, we stayed up all night talking on the phone, not even about anything, like, serious, or he would, like, show me YouTube videos, and we would just, like, he would, like, say, go watch them, and I don't know, we just talked. And at that time, he didn't have a car, so I was like taking him to school every morning, and so we were both late to school that day. So when everybody saw us walk in together, they all raised their eyebrows like, what happened there? And obviously really nothing. The only reason we were late is because my stepmom needed us to go back to the house to get something because she was a teacher at my high school. From that moment on, I got teased so much, because everybody saw that we were such good friends, and they also saw that I really liked him. I was infatuated, and I wanted like to be around him all the time. I wanted to talk to him all the time. It wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't supposed to happen then. He asked me to prom on Valentine's Day. He actually made this like elephant heart thing that said Happy Valentine's Day, you're irreplaceable or something on the trunk, and on the back it said, will you go to prom with me? So I actually didn't ever think I was going to get asked to prom, but he asked me. Okay, here's where it gets interesting. He ditched me for prom. He got a girlfriend. The girlfriend didn't like me, and I stopped talking to him completely. I remember going up to him in the middle of the hallway in high school, in between class change, and saying, "You changed so much, you don't even know who you are anymore." I was so dramatic. This girl like got so much drama, and I was heartbroken that he didn't want to go to prom with me anymore, and he didn't even tell me. Nothing bad on my husband, but everything happens for a reason, I think, and I don't know. I didn't have the best prom, and I'm not blaming it on him because we didn't go together, but I had a sprained ankle from softball practice, so it was just horrible. So we didn't talk from end of February till September of 2013, same year. And I was away. I had just moved to college that year, and so I was about an hour and a half away, and he Snapchats me, and he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like blown away because I never thought I would hear from him again. So from that day on, we talked on the phone all the time. We messaged all the time. I actually made trips to go see him because we just got so close again, and he actually would come and stay in my dorm. And I mean, we had a lot of mutual friends. So my roommate and him were really good friends. And then there was a bunch of other people we knew mutually from the area we were in, also on campus. So he wasn't just there specifically for me, and I know that. But I like to think that when it was happening. I was like there for him through a lot of tough times, and he was there for me through a lot, and we grew on that so fast. Like, we were so close, and we got to be really good friends. I knew his mother like way before I knew him because I was affiliated with the football team, and she was a part of the booster club. So I knew her, and so I would like start going over to the house for dinners. That school year ended. That summer is when everything changed. We hung out literally every single day, even if it was like an hour at a time or whatever. We hung out, and it was nothing, I still was in love with him, and he told me we are strictly friends. He was the one that would go out to parties, and he was like texting other girls, and I wasn't interested in any other person. I would still text other guys to try to distract myself because obviously I was trying to convince myself that it would never work, but I couldn't because we hung out so much. I'd say it was end of July, I think, is when we both realized that we were not just friends. We started going through each other's phones secretively. He signed in to my Apple ID account through his iPad, so he was actually getting my text messages on his iPad at the same time I was getting mine on my phone. I didn't know that until he wouldn't let me get on his iPad. And he found out I was like texting somebody else, but telling them how stupid he was for not realizing what was right in front of him. And that when he saw that, because we had like a no phone rule when we were together because it was just causing drama between us, he took my phone, and I thought he was just going to put it away, and he read it, and that's when everything changed. I don't know what clicked, but he acted completely different. It was like when he saw that I was texting another guy about how he was, but the guy was responding like, "You don't deserve him, you should be with me," like that kind of stuff. I don't remember exactly what was said. It was like he didn't want anybody else talking to me, and he finally, I guess, realized that I've been here all along, and basically stuff like that. And so he went away actually to see his family for a week, and I left, and we were away for I think a week and a half or something, and he came home August 17th, the day after my birthday, and he gave me this huge card. I actually still have it, that he made in the car ride home from Miami out of like the magazine. Like every letter was a different font asking me to like go on the adventure of life with him. It was so cute. And then on, I was actually about to leave for college again, and we spent a semester apart. And at first we thought that we would go several weekends without seeing each other, and it ended up working out where he would surprise me on the weekend. I'll try to insert a video right here of him surprising me. It was so cute. Or I would go up, or, you know, we didn't have very much money because I wasn't working, and I don't know if he was working at the time, but we had just enough money to have gas to go back and forth. It was about an hour and a half drive. I don't know, it just worked out in our favor. But then after the semester, I moved in with him and his mom for the month of December, and then in January I took a semester off of school and we moved to St. Louis with my mom. And so he came with me, and in like preparation of him moving to or leaving for BMT, honestly, us living together caused some of the biggest fights of our relationship, but also like the best times, because I feel like you really don't know somebody until you live with them, because you don't know exactly what they're like from like wake up to go to sleep. Like you don't know the little things. After he left for BMT, until I think June is when I got to see him again. BMT actually made us grow so much closer than ever before. I think because I was so used to seeing him every day and talking to him every day, and I almost lost myself in him. But in BMT, we only had to rely on letters, and that helped me realize that I am my own self. But when I saw him at the end of June, I believe, it was like crazy. When I was waiting for him after the coin ceremony, I like stood back, let his mom hug him, like, you know, have that time. And I was like so shaky. I guess all the nerves, and I was so anxious to hug him again. And then once I hugged him, it was like I was okay. I have pictures of me like smiling, and I don't even remember like smiling while I was hugging him for the first time. That literally, I think, took our relationship and changed it so much for the better. We got married on September 11th, 2015, and yeah, we are happily married. Still in love like a little girl, you know. I see him actually next week in South Korea, and I hope to bring you guys along for most of the adventures there, because I'll be there for a while. So yeah, if you guys liked this video or want to know more about a specific event I talked about with us, then just comment below, like this video, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos. I promise to have more interesting videos starting hopefully next week. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Bye!